Chairman, the purpose of the amendment is to ensure that this new agency does not have the power to abrogate consumer rights and ban financial services products. Again, the way we protect consumers is to ensure that we have competitive markets, ensure that we have effective disclosure, ensure that our anti-fraud laws are vigorously enforced, but not to tell those who consume that they are either too unwise, too foolish, or too ignorant to handle their own financial affairs. This is to ensure that we do not have the nanny state to take away the consumer's ability to find that mortgage product that might just allow them to achieve their version of the American dream. The purpose of the amendment is to ensure that the CFPA cannot ban a credit card, which might be the only credit card a small business could use to help meet their payroll or to help buy supplies at a tough period in the economy. I fundamentally reject this argument that there is financial products that somehow are universally abusive to every consumer. Obviously, there was a lot of problems for some consumers taking subprime loans, something that never would have happened had we not had Fannie and Freddie and their affordable housing missions. It never would have led to this national economic turmoil that we have today. But for others in our economy, it is the subprime loan and the risk-based pricing that allowed them to buy their first home. And so now we're going to have an agency to take it away from them. I mean, again, there's a number of reasons to reject the CFPA. Its adverse impact on jobs, its potential to lead to greater bailouts in the future, a draconian expansion of government powers over 10 to 15% of our economy. But certainly one more reason is that it's an assault on consumer rights. We should not be in the product banning business any more than we're in the book burning business. I simply do not understand it. And as I look around and listen to several of my constituents, I listen to the Taylor family of Forney, Texas, who I have the privilege of representing, and they write me and they say, quote, "If it hadn't been for subprime lending, I wouldn't have a house now. My credit was destroyed because of divorce. I worked hard for 5 years to clean up what credit I did have, but still had trouble getting financing when I decided to buy my own home. Everyone deserves a second chance." I heard from the Kirkland family of Athens, Texas, quote, "I think Congress should not ban subprime loans. I think it lets people buy a home, improve their life, and own a piece of the dream." I heard from the Hughes family in Chandler, Texas. "I'm a small business owner. I depend on non-conventional loans and lines of credit for my business. Cash flow is a need for every business. I don't need any more government regulations to stifle that flow." One of my favorites comes from the Leonard family in Dallas, quote, "I do not know where you people in Congress ever get the idea that by passing all these laws will somehow help the consumer," and the list goes on. We've heard from a number of different scholars on the subject, including Peter Wallison at AEI. And speaking of the CFPA, quote, "This plan marks the first time in history that the government will force a major sector of the U.S. economy to deny products and services to a large portion of the population, because in the view of the Obama administration, no amount of disclosure can make some Americans capable of understanding what they're buying." Again, if complexity is the only test here, I'm not sure anybody in America understands their mortgage. They don't understand every semicolon and comma. So perhaps we should outlaw not only subprime, but perhaps we should outlaw the 30-year fixed. Maybe we should outlaw automobiles. They're difficult to understand. So are laptop computers. They're very difficult to understand. They're complex products. Perhaps the CFPA can find a way to outlaw those that are somehow sold on credit. But you know what? Most people understand the fundamentals. They understand what they want to understand, that here's the down payment, here's my monthly fee if I want to stay in this home. That's what they understand. And why would we be taking away their precious freedoms that have been fought for so many generations is beyond me bad policy, and I encourage the adoption of the amendment.
Gentleman,